Hello, welcome back to Europa. I got myself a new microphone with a pop filter and a shock mount. So we'll see if the audio quality is any better. One thing I often forget to do is to turn down the pressure and temperature in my suit because you don't need it at full settings, but I'm not sure how much of a difference it makes. But I might as well turn it down. Maybe save a bit of oxygen. In today's episode, I'm going to finish up the integration and fix a few errors with it. For one thing, the sorter needs to be over on this side. Or sorry, the stacker needs to be over on this side. And I'll also add some more solar panels. Finally get that done. But yeah, I'm going to have to tear a lot of this stuff apart. Rejig it a bit. I do a little gymnastics to get myself oriented correctly. Okay, could use a little exercise. And there we go. And I'll set myself up a little floating stacker. All the stuff is kind of getting in the way of being in front of the furnace, so it's a little annoying, but it'll have to do for now. And I think I want to move that stacker back over a bit. In the past, when I've made bases, I sometimes I'll dig out a little basement underneath for all of these chutes and stackers and sorters and stuff. Maybe I should have done that here. I'll just set it up here so it's easier to illustrate what's going on. Also might relocate that wind farm. It's a bit noisy. Fill the floors back in. I got to use this sorter motherboard control. I don't know if anyone from Rocketworks is listening, but this sorter interface here is just garbage. It needs to be updated. It's such a pain in the butt to use. Like in this particular case, it wasn't too bad. I just selected all the ingots, but when you setting it up to sort all the different, if you have a system where you're got a bunch of ores and you want to sort for one sorter for every type of ore, for example, it just takes forever to sort, to go through all the menu and everything. It doesn't have a search function or anything like that. It'd be really nice if it did. Now I gotta try and get this wire around the other side there. And I'll just go outside and put the wire there because it's easier. I'm going to put some walls here. Because I want to put some more consoles and stuff up, and I'm just running out of space to do it, so let's make a little cubby hole type thing there. I need some more IC10 chips. Smart consoles. And there's those logic memories as well. I'll need 3 IC10 chips for the new system here. And on day 56 now. Set up the consoles for the vending machine display, so a display of how much of each ore is in the vending machine, and then 3 more consoles for the status of the various chips and so forth in this fairly complicated system. Also got to rejig how these work, because I won't be selecting the ingots anymore. The printer system will be doing that for me. So I don't need that dial anymore. Just have the one lever for the override, just in case I want to manually override everything. I have that option. Rename all these IC10s. One for basically the same as on the other side, but for the vending machine with ores in it instead of the vending machine with ingots in it. One's the furnace master that controls what it wants the furnace to make, and the other's the furnace controller, which just controls the temperature and pressure inside the furnace itself. We'll need a dial here, but that's for selecting which ore I want to inspect within the vending machine. See if I can get through these chutes. Yep, I can. Excellent. And then this wire goes all the way across to the printer side and hooks up to the printer, so the printers can set the value in that memory. Got to do some reprogramming on these chips. So on the control chip, there is a new program, and what it does is it just reads the value of a hash value set to its DB housing, the chip housing, and that is how it decides what ingot it's going to try and make. Now I need to do the printer master, which of course also requires stack pre-programming so that it knows how much of each ore is necessary to make a certain ingot. So put the stack program in, put it in the housing, turn it on and then off again. And it's got to grab the next little program. Oh. Is that storm to go now? There's the next, there's the furnace master program. I'll put some links to this in the description. And then the program for the vending control system, and that also requires stack pre-programming. They all seem to. So same thing, turn it on, Turn it off. It's remember that stack forever. And get the actual program. Paste it in there. And put that in there. Get some hash displays going. Just going to need some more glass sheets. Might as well fill up that stack. Oh, vending machine is vending something.
Hydration critical.
Got to use a screwdriver to set all the settings again. Something I forgot to label as well. Oh, that default name is long. What do I want to call this thing? Vend chooser. Chooses which vending machine it goes into. The point in this, I can't remember if I mentioned it last time or not, but it's because some of the ingots require steel as part of their recipe. So I've got to have steel in both vending machines. It adds quite a bit of complexity to the system, unfortunately, but it's something that has to be dealt with. And this is similar to the system on the other side. It will just tell me how much of each ore I have in that vending machine and how many slots I've used. There's a furnace master status. The vending system requests and the printer system requests. And there's some solar panels. Do you need a light for an LED status light as well? Need more heavy cables for the solar panels. there's the glass. Might as well take care of this annoying alarm. Ooh, that's loud. Another tasty potato. Of course, I don't even get any butter or sour cream or anything, just a stupid potato. Well, that looks like it does have bacon bits or chives or something on it. Maybe the microwave does that somehow. I'll finish setting these pins. Might as well do that one first. And I'll set this one to the vending request logic memory. These are the ones that are optional, where you can leave them unset if you don't want the vent control chip to request more stuff when it runs too low. But I do want it to request more stuff, so. Now I need the floppy disk. I think I should just get rid of this floppy disk and just put a separate button on the consoles. And it's complaining it's out of steel. That's why it's red. Those numbers are both red. Set these consoles up as well. This went to the IC10 chip, the furnace master. This went to the logic memory. Which one was it? The vending request logic memory. It wants steel. And this went to the printer request logic memory. is blank right now. That's okay. And this one has to be changed as well, since I moved the chip. And this one goes to the furnace controller. So it just tells me what the furnace is trying to make. And there's some solar panels I never finished. And this whole third floor that I built a long time ago and never used for anything. Should probably stick some solar panels up here. And day 57 now. So, coming along. I ran out of cables. To go get some more. Might as well set the pins on this while waiting for those cables to print. And the furnace IC is the IC10, the furnace control, so it basically writes to its DB housing to say, I want you to make this ingot. And that essentially replaces that dial I was turning before to select what ingot was being printed. There we go, hooked up. These solar panels are even doing pretty good. I think I'm good for batteries. Gotta make sure I'm good for water and food though. Go and do some mining. And back from mining. Lots of stuff. Crying out loud. Get on the shelf. I got an idea. Let's put a nuclear battery in my sensor
Hydration
lenses.
critical.
Right next to my head. Oh, that's a good place for a nuclear battery. Stick all this stuff inside that vending machine. Now what the furnace master chip is doing is it's telling the vending machine to eject the right stuff to make steel. What I'll eventually do is hook up the output of that vending machine directly to the input of the furnace, but for the time being I have doing it like this, so I have we can slow the whole system down a bit and just debug it, see if there's any problems. But that was correct. I got three iron and 1 coal. And I gotta turn that machine on. And it looks like, oh, I'm gonna turn the sorter and the stacker on as well. And it looks like it sent some steel to to that vending machine. Unfortunately, it sent some of the steel to the other vending machine too. Which is just a bit of a problem with the code that I kind of have to deal with for the time being, because correcting it is a bit of a problem. I kind of run out of lines. I only get 127 lines and it's really tight. Here comes some more steel. And now the vending controller is recounting. the yellow means is it's doing its counting. The counting takes a while because it has to go through each slot in the vending machine, and for some reason getting the quantity, it actually seems to take a bit of time for it to return the result. But then I got 350 coal, 350 copper, 450 gold, 300 nickel, 50 silicon, 200 steel, good. And no uranium and no reagent mix, because I don't want to eat any of those. But I have them there just in case it ends up in there somehow. Now I've got to do a bit of reprogramming of these chips on the other side as well here. One thing I want to do with the Vend Manager is reprogram the stack so that there is no longer a minimum requirement for lead, because you don't really need lead ingots for anything, except in the security printer. It needs them for explosives, but I don't have a security printer. I don't intend to set one up, so I don't really need it. But it's a bit of a pain in the butt. I gotta go find it in here. There's lead. There it is. The lead minimum is from 100 to 0. And the maximum is just ignored anyway, so I need to worry about what that's set to. Put that back in there. Reprogram the stack. Take it out again. And put the original vending machine controller program back on. And gotta change that stack size. The stack is bigger. And there we go. Guess I'm just thinking, what's next here? So basically what's next is to set this optional pin for the memory, request memory, to that memory. Find that logic memory in the list there. There it is, logic memory printer request. Turn it back on. And it should then go through and there's something weird going on here. For some reason it's the status is green here, so. But it should be requesting things because I don't have any astrolife, for example. And it's not requesting anything because you see the state is 0 on that memory. And the furnace isn't doing anything, so what's going on? Try turning it off and then back on again. Now my count is yellow, which means it's doing its counting. And it doesn't have enough of something it wants me to make. Is that wasp alloy, I think? Yeah, wasp alloy. The good thing about the furnace master chip is it will first make sure that there's enough of each of the ingredients that a ingot needs to be produced before it starts doing anything. If it doesn't, it just shows the status light is red, it doesn't turn the furnace on, and it won't eject any ores at all. That was a bit tricky to get that coded like that, but it was important to me because I didn't want it to like start putting stuff in the furnace and then stop and then say, oh, I don't have any nickel or something. And, oh well, we'll just sit here with no nickel. Get the pressure up nice and high with a fairly low temperature. Takes a while to get the exact right pressure and temperature. There we go. Now the vent controller for the printer system's got to recount its ingots, and it wants some more stellate by the look of it. Telling me to make some stellate. And day 59. Day 59 without dying. Now I want some more Inconel. And there's that steel, that pesky steel. Same thing again. And looks like the other vendor controller system is telling me it is below its minimum amount of silicon. But that just means I have to go mining and get some more, because it doesn't have any way of getting it. Now it wants wasp alloy. Or, sorry, hasp alloy or whatever it is. I don't really use for anything, but I'll make a supply of it. That way I have it if I need it. Although I think it uses lots of silver. Yeah, it's kind of expensive. Oh well. Has to alloy. 25 to 30 megs. And between 676 and 726 Celsius. That shouldn't be a problem. Although the temperature is a bit too much, I think. This pump is pumping in. There comes some alloy. Probably wants more though. So the minimum it wants to keep in its vending machine is 100. Here on the console. And you want some more. Yeah, it's like 200 silver I've gone through here. Quite a bit. Yeah, I'm going to set up some graph displays for a power usage battery charge display system here. I'll eventually set up. I don't think I'll finish it this video, probably next time, but let's get it started.
Hydration critical.
And I need some logic I/O chips to drive those displays as well. Still working on that Hastalloy. But now the printer system is saying it just wants gold. Well, that's okay. We can make some gold. think I'm hearing a bit of groaning. I'll check on that. Ah, the pressure in the tank is a bit high. Oh, not anymore. It's released it since it's put some more into the furnace. But I should probably fix this setup so that that doesn't happen. That digital valve there is still manual, and that should be automatic. I should set that up on one of the chips. Probably the furnace controller. Let's see, I'm gonna go press this. It releases about 10 meg rather quickly. Should probably go check on that vent to see if it didn't blow the whole thing right off. Yeah, that groaning sound is gone now. That's good. Nobody likes that groaning sound. What is it saying? It wants to make some astroloy. Doesn't have enough cobalt and doesn't have enough silicon. So need to go mining for that stuff. Anyway, this will probably be the end of this video for today, since it's coming around 1 hour mark. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed your visit to Europa here today. And thank you to everybody who is liking and subscribing and commenting. I'll eat some more baked potato. Drink some water. And have a nice day. See you next time.